I assume that in your work with your clients, then there are some skeptics, and it's not because of yoga, but as soon
Yeah.
as you start talking about yoga and then breathing and then maybe meditation, these kind of things, tell me if I'm wrong, but I can only assume that there are some skeptics. And I think that some people perceive this topic as a bit of like hippie or hoo-hoo kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
subject. So
Definitely.
how do you convert your skeptics? How do you make them understand that this is so important for their
Um,
life and for their communication in general?
well, number one, never fight a skeptic, I think, so don't try and do it with words, and don't tell them they're wrong. But I mean, I ran when I was in London, I ran quite a few workshops in corporate situations where, there'd be like 20 people in a conference room, or I did it with teachers or whatever. And of course they're skeptical, and some of them come in and go, oh, I know how to breathe. And that's fine. It's like, great, well, that's really cool. But then, explain some of the stuff. But the main thing is once I've been through a little bit of this is how breathing works and everything, I get them to breathe, and they watch each other. I pair them up. And so then I get people to, like, we would be paired up, and I would watch you, and I'd be like, does he breathe through his nose or his mouth? Is his chest moving? Is his belly moving? And I would count how many breaths a minute you do, and then we'd switch. And just by doing that, you'd learn a lot. And then you go around the room and you realize some people are doing 8 breaths a minute, some are doing 26. So, what's that about? Why are some people? So then then people start to understand, well, shallow breathers are going to take a lot more breaths, and then the calmer breathers. And so then by the end, there's a little bit of buy-in, and then I get them doing some belly breathing. And
I like that, Bridget, because what you're doing there is you are not just teaching. I'm assuming we are talking about maybe workshops or training courses, and it's not just you teaching and explaining and communicating.
They have to do it.
You make them feel it. You make them
Yeah.
feel it. You make them live it and experience it, and that makes a big difference.